How long ago did you pass your driving test?
Oh, gotta be 30 years ago now.
I'm going to tell you the results, yours and your dad's.
You say I've failed, I'm gonna never live it down.
I'm just thinking about the title for the video now because Izzy, you passed and your dad failed.
Don't you
Really?
That's out of order. That's out of order.
Hey guys, welcome to another video. So this is Mark and this is his daughter Izzy. Mark messaged me on Instagram to ask if I could test out Izzy's driving because you've been giving her some lessons. She's been having lessons with an instructor as well, haven't you, Izzy?
Yeah.
Yeah. And I said yes, so they've turned up today and yeah, Mark was about to drop Izzy off and drive her off, yeah, but drive off, sorry. But I asked him if he would like to like for me to test out his driving, and he's agreed. Yeah. So what we're going to do is I'm going to test out Mark's driving. We're going to do a test route and yeah, see how his driving is compared to Izzy's. Yeah.
Oh God.
Okay. So obviously you've been teaching her. Yeah. So
Yeah.
Would you expect your dad's driving to be perfect on this?
Probably.
Guys, don't tee me up.
Okay, so Izzy's going to have a bit of an advantage because the test room I'm going to make your dad do, yeah? You're going to have exactly the same one. So if you pay attention to it,
Yeah.
hopefully you should do pretty well on it too, yeah? Okay. Right, any questions before we start?
No, let's do it.
Right, move off whenever you're ready, please, Mark. The key's just there. How long ago did you pass your driving test?
Oh, gotta be 30 years ago now.
30 years.
Something like that, I'd say. God, I feel nervous now. What have you done to me? I came over to have a cup of tea. Why is he? God, why have I all of a sudden started driving like a learner, feeding it through?
At the end of the road, turn left, please. I'm expecting Mark's driving to be at a decent standard, and because he's been driving for several years, I'm going to be extra strict when assessing Mark's driving compared to Izzy's. This should even things up a little bit. At this turn, Mark checks the mirrors and signals in good time. When turning left, you should keep to the normal driving position and then follow the curb. On the approach, he positions too much to the right.
This is a different experience. Back here.
Right, you ready, Izzy?
Yeah.
Yeah, so like I said, we're going to do the same route as I took your dad on.
Okay.
Yeah. And any questions before we start?
No. No.
Okay, so whenever you're ready, if you could move off for me, please.
Is that?
Yeah, the car's already on.
Okay.
Your dad left it on for you.
Sorry, babe.
It's alright.
Izzy's position on approach is good, but she doesn't steer enough when entering the new road, so position's a bit wide.
You get used to it.
At the traffic lights, turn right, please. Mark does his right turn at the traffic lights well. The lights change as we get close. A steady amber light means stop if it's safe to do so. In this case, it was okay to continue because we were quite close to the stop line when the lights changed. And in order to stop, the braking would have been quite harsh. Some of you may notice that Mark has a habit of resting his foot on the clutch, which you shouldn't be doing. This wouldn't be marked as a fault. The reason why Mark is doing this is because he's used to driving an automatic.
Izzy asked a good question earlier. Now when she's on a driving lesson with her driving instructor,
Yep.
and if she was to get caught speeding or a camera while she was driving,
Yeah.
she'd be prosecuted, right?
Yes. Because she's behind the wheel.
She's behind the wheel, yeah. I wasn't too sure. I was like, not sure actually.
When stopping, instead of first, Izzy selects third gear, so stalls. She then rushes off the clutch and stalls again, and does take some time restarting the car. Luckily the lights were red, so she didn't hold up anyone.
It's quite nerve-wracking sat here when your daughter's driving like this, in this environment.
No. I need to start the engine again.
I know you were asking for help there, yeah?
I know, I
I need to be quiet. I suppose when you've only been in a new car for like 200 yards, I find it takes a bit more to get this one going, Izzy.
To get used to it. That kind of stuff we expect, yeah. But it's all about how you react. You know, you say, Mark, that's how we feel, you know, when some learners want us to sit at the back of the test. Yeah. We're there sitting at the back and we're just like, watching, hoping they don't make a mistake.
Yeah, that was so hard not to go.
I never do that either. I don't know what happened.
You're just not used to this car, babe. It just takes a little bit more gas, a bit more acceleration. That's it.
Sorry guys, just gonna interrupt the video here for 1 minute for the ultimate driving course, which I recommend for every single learner driver.
Hello, my name is Olivia and I'm from Farnham. I first found out about DGN's driving course from my brother, like me, passed first time and really recommends the course. I've now been driving for a month and a half and it's so convenient being able to drive to college and just have that freedom there. If you are as eager as I was to pass, I would definitely recommend using this course to pass first time.
38 easy to understand, precise videos covering every single topic required to pass the driving test. These are not just theory based, they are practical videos demonstrating everything from moving off and stopping a vehicle to all of the maneuvers and every other module required. So if you're lacking knowledge, or maybe your instructor has forgotten to cover something, or you're just not grasping a certain topic, then this course has it covered. You can watch the videos before your driving lessons, which means you'll get into the car knowing exactly what to do. This will definitely save you time on your lessons.
Okay, we've got 2 roundabouts coming up now, yeah?
Mm-hmm.
Both of the roundabouts, if you could turn right and take the 3rd exit.
I've got to say, Mark did these roundabouts perfectly. His positioning, mirrors and timing of signals was on point. He exits the first roundabout onto the right hand lane, which is good because we are turning right at the second roundabout.
That was his fault, he came flying around there.
Again, Izzy has the wrong gear on approach, so stalls. When moving off, you'll notice she keeps hold of the brake pedal, which doesn't help with moving off. Later on, Izzy tells me that she's learning in a car that has an automatic handbrake, which explains why she's keeping hold of the brake pedal. As the test went on, she got more used to this car.
Oh my god.
She She checks the mirrors well before changing lanes to exit the roundabout.
Turning right at this roundabout, third exit.
Izzy enters this second roundabout well, but this time when exiting the roundabout, her mirror checks were late.
To talk to her now, or would you rather just?
Nope. When we were on the test, whoever sitting in the back during the test, he's allowed to say a word.
Okay, it's test environment. Yeah, sorry.
At this roundabout, Izzy shows good lane discipline by keeping to the left.
This is hard. This is really hard as a parent.
Instead of staying in the centre of his lane, Mark positions too close to the white markings, so he's positioned to the right. I think Mark was feeling the heat as he adjusts the temperature.
Yeah, defo. We should do. People like me who've been driving a while should do this sort of stuff more often. You know, just as a refresher. Yeah, defo.
At this roundabout, Izzy picked up two minor faults. Her approach was a bit too fast, and she forgot to check the mirrors before exiting the roundabout. Mark came close to a serious fault here. As the lights change to steady amber, Mark has enough time and space to stop safely, but decides to continue. It would have been harsh to fail him for this. Izzy doesn't steer enough when turning right, so does get a bit close to the pavement as she turns. Judging by his reaction, Mark thought it was too close.
At the end of the road, if you could turn right, please.
It's time for the steep Offal junction. As expected, Mark shows good control. He selects first gear in good time and shows good clutch control. Again, Izzy holds onto the brake pedal and doesn't accelerate, so stalls. To be honest, I thought this was where Izzy was going to pick up a serious fault, but she proved me wrong. In a situation like this on your driving test, it's all about the reaction. Izzy reacts well and is able to move off without stalling the second time.
Biting my own nails.
I've had situations where we've been sitting at the back and the learner's done really well on the test, and we obviously, like you're doing there, we have to sit quietly. And then just towards the end, they made a serious fault.
Oh,
my God.
When passing parked vehicles, you should check the centre and right mirrors before steering to the right to overtake. Mark doesn't check the mirrors.
Good place to park. Who came up with the odd YouTube idea then? Was it you? Did you just post one and then it started taking off, or did you have the plan to do it from the start?
It wasn't really, I'd say, planned, but...
Izzy slows down well for the oncoming vehicles, but then creeps too close to the parked car. Always leave a minimum space of around 1 car length before steering out.
What was happening is I was always quite busy, had a waiting list, and then, I just saw this as a way that I could help other learners, really. And nobody else was really doing these. I do the mock driving tests.
Yeah.
And talking about the faults and educating people on them. So,
it's a great way of doing it. We've learned so much.
Yeah.
That last 10 minutes talk through you do at the end is fantastic. It really is.
Thank you. And if you could park up anywhere safe on the left, please.
When parking up, this would be the correct routine. Check the mirrors, signal, then slow down by gently braking, get a good position close to the pavement, and then clutch down before stopping. Mark rushes for the brake and clutch.
Thank you.
Izzy doesn't rush for the pedals, but does touch the curb. Now this was almost a serious fault for getting too close to this parked car. The only reason I didn't mark it as a serious fault because our speed was slow. This is something Izzy definitely needs to improve on before a driving test. So far, it was going as expected, but as we enter the test centre, Mark fails for speeding. He misses the 15 miles per hour sign and reaches 25 miles per hour. I don't know why I got so much joy when he failed. Izzy too went over the speed limit. She reached 18 miles per hour. It's time for the feedback, where I tell Mark that he failed, but Izzy passed.
And breathe.
Okay, if you could switch off the engine for me. How did you find that compared to your lessons?
I think it went worse than my lesson. I never stalled a car in my lesson. Like, it's something I've never done, but I know I've done it today.
Yeah, there was a bit of stalling, yeah. But the good thing about the stalling, yeah, you reacted well. The first time, I think you got a bit lucky that you was at the lights and the lights were red, because you did take a while. But because the lights were red, we didn't really hold anyone up at all. Yeah, so that was a minor. Okay, if the lights were green and there was traffic behind, that would have been a serious. Okay,
yeah.
But it wasn't. So there, and then even at the other stalls, you reacted. You reacted quite well.
Yeah.
On that steep hill, your reaction was really good. Yeah. Again, if you'd stalled a couple of times, and it all depends on the situation on the day as well. Yeah. If there was someone behind, and you've stalled a couple of times, then I would come in and help.
Yeah.
I've had people stall about 3 times and then get it the 4th time because there's no one behind. You get away with it. So it all depends on the day.
It's a tough little T-junction as well, because the angle, it's sort of...
Yep.
I saw it on your video the other day where the girl got it wrong 3 times and she got it right, but it's even as an experienced driver, it's a tough little...
Yes, it is. Yeah, it is.
I like it.
Right, so the key question is, did you pass or did you fail this mock test with me?
I don't
And
know.
did your dad pass or fail?
I'm not gonna say I passed because I'm like,
You don't
Right.
want to be that person.
So I'm going to tell you. We'll go through the points in a bit, yeah. But I'm going to tell you the results,
Okay.
yours and your dad's, yeah.
okay.
You say I failed. I'm going to never live it down.
I'm just thinking about the title for the video now because Izzy, you passed you and your dad failed.
Don't you?
Really?
That's out of
okay.
order. That's out of order. What did I do?
So
Sarah?
serious.
What did I do? I went through the red light. No,
That was a close one.
it was close.
So the amber light means stop.
Oh, does it?
Yeah, the
It
amber light
means
means
actually stop.
Yeah,
Oh.
yeah, it means stop if it's safe to do so. So we weren't like, one of the occasions you were quite close to the light, so it was okay.
The
Yeah.
first one, I thought it's
Yeah.
safer to go than stop, but the second
The
one,
second one,
I thought, I might
you could have stopped. Yeah, so that's the minor.
Yeah, fair enough.
You drove quite well. Yeah, you had a few minors. Your main ones, your positioning. Yeah. On the dual carriage as well, you're driving a bit too close to the
Yeah.
centre
And I
line.
tell you not to do that.
Okay, and when we're turning at the test centre, your position was too far to the right as well.
Okay, yeah.
So just your positioning. But then, yeah, when you came back into the test centre,
Yeah.
this area here, the speed sign. What do you say?
Yeah, it's 20 and I hit about 26, didn't I?
No.
It says 15.
Oh, 15!
Yeah, and you.
I was slowing
26,
down
yeah.
to 20, yeah, okay.
Yeah.
I've seen that.
Did you? I didn't
was a
see
little
it.
bit above
Yeah,
there.
I just looked on here and it said 20 and I was already about 25.
No,
I
yeah,
thought,
you
Yeah,
reached
I
25, 26 and it's 15.
oh, no way.
Yeah, going at,
fair enough.
like Izzy almost. She went about 3 or 4 miles over, but she slowed down.
Oh, okay. I didn't even see that 15. I didn't even see
Yeah, so that was it.
Yeah, okay. Yeah,
that was
that's
it.
fair enough. I can take that.
Right, with Izzy, your feedback. And obviously, your dad's not going for his test, yeah. So that was just general
Luckily.
feedback, yeah. Your areas for improvement, where you got quite close, I'd say to a serious fault, was on one occasion you got quite close to the park car.
The green
It
one.
was the green one. Yeah,
Okay.
that was quite close. But earlier on, when you had to give way to the oncoming cars, which is good, you're noticing that you have to give way to the oncoming cars. That their priority when there's a parked vehicle on your side of the road. Yeah, but when you stop, don't get that close. Yeah,
Okay.
keep at least 1 full car length. Yeah, you're doing
Yeah.
what we call shaving of the vehicles. You're getting quite close and you're just steering at the
Yeah.
last second. Okay, and don't get that close. I've had it on tests with my learners in the past. They've driven brilliant. Just coming down this road, with the lorries parked, there's a
Yeah.
car park there, and they just, I think, sometimes people get comfortable that that's it, the test is over, and they end up getting that close, and the exam like, sorry, you got really close to the car,
Yeah.
yeah, and they get a serious fault for the fail. Okay,
Yeah.
so that's one thing. And your roundabouts, your mirrors do them a little bit earlier. When you turn right at both the
Yeah.
roundabouts. Yeah. So when are you supposed to start checking your centre and left mirrors? So say you're taking the third exit.
Before you indicate.
Yeah. Before, and at what point is that? So when do you normally indicate when at the roundabout? When you by which
Before.
exit? So if you're taking the third exit,
Or before, just after the second exit,
That's it,
as
yeah.
you're passing it.
yeah. So as soon as you get near the second exit, start checking your mirrors beforehand.
Yeah.
You're doing it a little bit late. You're doing it just
Okay.
as you're about to exit. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, on both occasions no one was there. Okay, but give yourself enough time to assess what's going on.
Okay.
Yeah, don't just do it just to show us. Actually know what's happening there.
Yeah.
Okay?
Yeah.
Right, that the stalling, like you said, doesn't happen in your car.
No, generally, I never stole my car. Did
Obviously
I?
this is a new car, you haven't driven this before. Yeah, that kind of stuff I do expect, and like I said, I do give the learners a chance to
Yeah.
to sort of like you did. So
I thought you did alright, because the first one, she was in third, wasn't she?
yeah, she
That
didn't
first time
change
you
gear.
stalled
Yeah.
it, you went to pull off
Yeah.
and you put it into third.
Yeah.
But obviously, you'd only driven the car for 2 minutes. Then.
Oh,
Yeah.
was it?
Mm.
Oh.
Yeah, and you did fine. I knew that if you'd done that hill okay, yeah, that final, I thought you were going to mess up on that hill. That steep hill.
Yeah.
Yeah, but you reacted really well.
Yeah.
Yeah, even on your test, if you do mess up, if you do stall somewhere, just double check your gear. and just take a couple of
Yeah.
seconds to sort it out. Yeah, in this car you just need to use the acceleration a bit more, a
Okay.
bit sooner.
Yeah.
Yeah, the first couple of times, you know, when you stalled, your foot was on the brake and you were trying to move off while your
Yeah.
foot was on the brake.
Yeah.
Okay, right. Any questions?
Yeah, what are you going to call this video?
I want to thank you both for coming down, and
No,
Mark, thank you for
thank you,
taking
mate.
part. Yeah.
Yeah, it's really
Okay.
good fun. It's a good experience. That
Cheers,
is.
thank you very much.
Yeah, bro.
And guys, like always, thanks a lot for watching. Don't forget to like and subscribe, and I'll see you in the next video.